Hi, Adrian Lee. Thank you so much for taking time out from your busy schedule to have a small chat.
Thank you for inviting me on your whatever you call it. And I'm so delighted to be able to talk with anyone at any time. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
We actually met at the in the October in Portugal with the big event with Diana Cooper, and I was wondering what it was like for you up on that stage with all these people and the whole world looking at you. I mean, literally the whole world.
Well, okay, so when I talk about myself, I always are very, very careful about ego. Um, but sometimes we need to explain things that may sound a bit I. So I just want to caveat when I'm saying this, I'm just explaining it that way. But I'm very grateful that I was at the Portugal event. In actual fact, Diana Cooper at the beginning of the year said to me, "I've been told I need to push you forward because you're behind time." And she said, and I had introduced her to a friend of mine in Portugal when she was writing for the Portugal News, and we'd both been invited out there. And she said, "Let's go and do a small event for 120 people in Portugal just to get you out there." So that's how it all started. and and actually originally I turned it down. I said, no, I'm not ready for this. I'm and I went into a bit of fear and anxiety. And but of course the universe sorts everything out, because that should have been about May time. But by about May time, I was ready, and I said, "Yeah, okay, let's do this." And I remember, like all dates, and I even on my events now, Diana was looking in the diary and she said, "Well, let's go for that date, the 22nd of October, 2023. Let's get somebody to, and I had someone lined up, and it was like, okay, now we're away." And of course, it turned out to be the numbers, the day, the place, everything was significant. And then I mean, I'm getting goosebumps in just remembering this stuff. But as we pulled it together, we had an event organizer, and then it started to unfold, and she started getting more and more messages. So here was I thinking, thank you, Diana, I love you for giving me this opportunity. Little 120, people in Portugal, and we're going to get a holiday as well at the same time. And it turned into be the most amazing day. To date, I think there's the merge with the monad within the time when it affected the collective. I think it was like 100,000 views,
Wow.
merged with the monad. So that had a significant effect on the planet, on the consciousness, and we all know that people were there and people online. What an amazing frequency, and what we were just all in that love, and it was just amazing. For me, whenever I'm so grateful for this, but I'm just so grateful that things happen. I mean, that was my first event,
Really?
and you know well, I'd done some smaller talks,
Well,
maybe
yeah.
to 20 people. And in my first meditation, when in my first meditation on a sacred site in the UK back in June, summer solstice 2022, I put it out there thinking, you normally get 20, maybe 20 people, or 10, 20 people turning up to your first meditation. I had 140 people turn up. And it was like somebody said, "I'll just put it out. You're not in charge of this. The universe is in charge. So whoever's meant to be there will be there." And 140 people turned up. And then that meditation and that event, they turned into 250. And so the first actual kind of proper event that I go to, where it's a kind of a workshop, we had 500 people in the room, didn't we? And Um, I think live it was about 12,000 online.
Wow.
Um, and that is, we don't actually know because it was translated in German. We don't actually know how many they had on live as well.
And
The kind
can
of
I interrupt you just for a second? Because we don't actually know how many people, because a lot of people were in groups. So
no,
one,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. The information that, as I said, Diana said, I think she says that I could be incorrect here, but I know it was 90,000 last time I spoke with her. It was 90,000 had completed merging with their monad, which is, and then I think so it's gone up to probably 100,000 by, listen, it's in that figure. So that's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Well, that's
Um,
pretty impressive for your first event.
and you know, I am honest, and sometimes I get myself into trouble with my honesty. But you know, when I used to look at, you know, some of the high profiles and going, yeah, and they used to say the energies were intense, and you know, the atmosphere is amazing. I used to go, yeah,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
You know, how can it be that? But then you get involved and you go, this is intense. And what really did it for me was when I saw that capture of that picture online. I don't know if you saw that, where the energy was literally coming through my crown. Did you see that picture at all?
I don't think I did because I was in the room, so I didn't see it online.
Ah, well, I posted it online and I will send it to you
Oh,
after this.
oh, good. Yeah.
But it was the energy coming through my body from above, and it literally changed what I looked like. And so I will send that to you. And maybe if you want to share that, because it was like, and I'm going, what is that? You know, what is going on? So if I ever needed proof that there is something out there, that was it. And also, one of my friends also saw the lightning come through Tim Wild as well. And even if you look at Diana, her face has changed, and
Yeah.
so it was quite incredible. It was so funny because, you know, back in this time last year, I was doing 3 to 5 healings a week, which is very easy, to be fair, when you've got that. And but things have changed quite significantly since then. Um, but you know, doing an event like that was, well, put it this way, everything since I went in Diana's newsletter, which was June of 2023, has just been rocket fueled, and I've not really, you know, some people's, you know, kind of, it's been gradual, but it's just been like a rocket. And I've tried to cope with it in the best possible way. I don't always get it right. I just keep on saying I'm thankful, but I'm just one of everyone else. People label me as this, that, and the other, but I'm just Adrian. I'm one of the gang, and we're just on this journey together. So, and that's, I hope that's the way it's going to be always. So it was amazing, amazing stuff. It was just intense, amazing. It was really funny because I wasn't nervous on the day. Sorry, I wasn't nervous coming up to the day. 7 o'clock in the morning when I woke up, I got nervous till about 10 o'clock when it started, and then everything disappeared.
Yeah.
It was like, and this has happened before. I've asked for help, and you know, all the helpers have come in. And normally I sweat quite a lot. I was so calm,
Mm.
and I didn't, and it was just so. It
But
was like you were.
you really were calm. You're just walking around, you're being friendly and just saying hi to everyone. It was really, really just, and Mia as well. And everybody except for Diana, she didn't really mingle that much. But for the rest, it was really, really, I don't know, like friendly and calm. And I mean, you could feel the anticipation, but it wasn't,
Yeah.
like it was going to be this huge deal until we actually started.
Yes. Yes. Well, yeah, Diana gave me some information that she wouldn't be mingling. She would just go and sign the books at break times. But she had a really massive job that day, which she's had more information come in afterwards of where she's going. So I'm sure she's got plans to release that information. But you know, yeah, what I realized is that she said, if you go out there in the breaks, you'll never get back. And I went, yeah, there'd be no problem. Anyway, I went out there once and I went, you're right, you never get back. I have I've got someone arranging for me to come over in September, October, or November into the Netherlands. I think
Yes.
she's identified a place. So
Oh, good. I'm really excited. So as soon as I have that information, I will put it on my website and my newsletter as well, so people will know.
yeah, I look forward to that. And of course, it's a very nice, easy hop over the water,
Oh yeah,
just like Ireland is. I
yeah.
think I'm due in Ireland in May. So
Oh, good. So things to look forward to, because that was actually going to be another question. If you have things to look forward to, obviously in 2024, I didn't think you were going to say no, but you kind of shared some stuff. Is there anything else that you want to share?
well, there is okay. So this is the first time I don't know when you're putting this out, but I'm actually going to put this out on my channel on Friday, depending on when you put this out. I'm not going to say who yet, but this is when we're in alignment, and this is a really important message. If anybody knows my story, I lost everything. For many years, I wanted to leave my body, and just a few years ago, I put a rope around my neck to say goodbye, and then I took it off because the rope hurt. Of course, it would hurt, but then I surrendered to the universe. I completely surrendered to God, and I said, okay, whatever I need. And I was already in the healing business, in the spiritual world, and I knew what I should and set. I knew what I should be doing. But when you're in that mire of that, that darkness, you don't think like that.
It can be so
However,
overwhelming, can't it?
it's completely overwhelming, and unless you've been through it, people would not really understand it.
No.
I'm never going to understand being pregnant. So only people who get pregnant are going to understand that. So, um, so yes, so I handed everything over, and I literally said to God, the universe, the divine, whatever label people want to say, whatever I need to go through, please send it to me, because I can't be going through this for very much longer.
Yeah.
And the only thing that the universe sent me was amazing things. It was truly amazing. And I'd literally let go of any fear of living on the streets, of not having any money, being in debt to the banks, because I was in fear of all of that. But I just let go. I went, literally, and I truly mean it now. Now and again, I have to check myself. I am coming to the question about the plans. But what I then found is the universe then just really started providing. And I was given stuff and I just kept on saying, yes, thank you very much. I'm very grateful. Because we are programmed to say no. I can't possibly accept that, because it's all negative programming.
Yeah.
But when we start saying yes, as long as it's without conditions,
Mhm.
because if it's conditional, that's not a gift. And so I did go through some tricky times, but I wasn't in fear, so I got through them a lot quicker. And what I've found is that things just keep on coming in. When I go into that bit of fear, it stops the energy.
Yeah.
But when I let go of the energy, things just keep on coming to me. So I'm really fortunate. Maybe I won't say this right this second, but maybe I'll leave this to my channel. But I haven't, a well-known celebrity in America who is a bit of well, she likes my work, and we're gonna do she's all about love and finding a partnership, right partnership, and my higher, bringing in the love from Andromeda, from the higher heart center. I am all about love, and I even created a logo 2 years ago which was about love in the universe, not knowing really why, but it felt
Is that the
right.
one on your t-shirt?
That was one on my t-shirt, yeah.
Yeah, I have that.
You have you got you do you know what, I didn't go to sell them, they were just leftovers.
They were leftovers, and there were only a few, and I was one of the first in line, and they're like, "Hey, we've got some t-shirts leftovers if you want to buy one." And I'm like, "Yeah, me, I want one." And I actually wore it to Egypt, but that's a whole different story. But I love that t-shirt. It's one of my favorites.
See, there you go, you see. And people said, oh, you could have sold to every single one in here. You know, and just because of the, you know, kind of the frequency and the feeling of having that love within
Yeah.
the universe on your chest, you know.
Oh, but the thing I love about it is not only that, but just to send it out to everyone as well. It's not only for myself, but to radiate.
Yes, yes. Just send that. I'm actually planning on getting a backdrop with that logo on,
Oh
so I
yeah,
can
you
actually,
should.
so it's always there.
Yeah.
I just haven't got round to it yet. There's so many things to do,
I get
and
that.
not enough time.
Yeah.
But anyway, all happened. So you said about plans. So imminently, we were going to be doing it for Valentine's Day. Just learned out yesterday it's not going to be quite that time, but we were going to do it online. But then, you know, the universe sends you stuff, and so I'm actually going to go out there to California, and I'm going to stay in a house, and we're going to do it online. So this is the first time I've said it, because I've actually had that confirmation. We were kind of talking about it. Yes, 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 and then it was like, okay, is this really going to happen? So I haven't actually booked the flight yet, so we'll just say it's going to happen. It's happening. It's happened now, and I will go out to her. And she's got 1 million followers on Instagram, so that's going to be
Wow,
really, really exciting.
that's so exciting.
Really exciting.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
And so then we've got I'm doing a retreat that's in June in Glastonbury. Just for I managed to secure a place for 100 people, and then obviously coming to Netherlands September, Ireland in May. I'm just saying that's happening now because I'm fed up with saying, well, I think that's happening. I'm just going to say it's happened. I'm creating it.
Yes,
Done.
absolutely.
So, and we're going to be doing a lot more around love. And maybe, so the plans, yes, we're going to be expanding the akashic records, or what I'm now calling the super subconscious, because I don't want to limit any labels. Now, super subconscious, well, apparently it's a thing, but it's like everything. The way I see the super subconscious, it's like everything. It could be the akashic records, it could be our memories, it could be our lives in all lifetimes, in all universes. Let's not limit it. Let's just really go out there. So, yeah, the super subconscious clearing, and I'm going to expand where we get some teachers, and then they can teach as many people as possible, as quickly as possible, because, you know, we need to move through this time, this next, what seems to be 8 years, but although, you know, we're now saying that maybe it could be quicker than that, 6 years into ascension, into the golden age.
Yeah.
So the more people we have doing it, and I know there's some amazing people already doing lots of this work, but we're still in a small pond of people, and there's, you know, however many people are going to come with us into the golden age, we don't know, but there's a sure lot of people to help. So we need to help as many people as possible in the quickest way, in the proper way, where it doesn't break the bank for everyone.
Yeah.
And so that's really important.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think you said you were going to ask a question about the Akashic records. Is that right?
Well, I was just gonna ask you to quickly, briefly say something about the Akashic records, and then maybe say why they're so important to clear. Because I think a lot of people kind of think it's like a mumbo jumbo. They hear the Akashic records, but they don't really understand why is it important, and are they still being written? Because I know that I'm sorry, I'm putting all the questions into one so that you can go and
No,
decide how you want to answer.
I'll just crack on with it. Thank you. Okay, so this is my understanding. And I never say that I'm right and someone else is wrong, or something else is yes and something else is no, because this could be true today, but something could change tomorrow, which puts everything on its head. Because on Earth, we're meant to be living in a duality. The universes are multiality. And we're such in a fast track right now.
Well, and plus, it's sometimes I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think also what's important for everyone to understand is that, I mean, the truth is the truth, no matter if it was yesterday, today, or tomorrow. But sometimes we're not ready, so we get parts of the truth, handed to us at the moment that we're ready for it. So something can change, and it's not that it wasn't true before, it's just that we've moved on and are ready for the next piece of truth.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, is that so that way people understand why why we don't always get all the information at the same time.
Yeah. And I'm going to say that's the truth right now.
Yeah.
And it might be a different truth than tomorrow.
With new information, new insights, new frequencies, new information comes in.
So this is the way I understand. So let's label it the Akashic Records. And the Akashic Records for me is just a label. It's just a couple of words. Let's say it's the books of our life, partly on Earth, partly in the halls of Amenti, partly in the universe. So we have books of our lives right from our first incarnation to our last incarnation on Earth. Now, I'm not sure if we have a first and a last one in all the universes. Can anybody answer that question? Because if we're just energy, is that energy born?
And plus,
and then
timelines, like time isn't linear. A lot of people think time is linear, but it's not. So a lot of things, and so I don't mean to answer for you, but to my understanding is that a lot of things can be rewritten because a lot of things already happened. So we can actually change that because time isn't linear.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just going to put something out. I was talking about this in a course that I ran in Glastonbury a couple of weeks ago about learning how to clear the Akashic records. So people say, is there free will? And so I would say if there's free will, this was on the course, you decided to be at the course today.
Yeah.
And you made that choice to be here. But if there's not free will, you decided in your Akashic records to be here today. So what difference does it make? It doesn't matter. You're here today, and we are talking here today, whether we have free will or not. Now, my feeling is that we do have free will. It's not all completely written down. But if it is all written down, does it matter? We're exactly where we're doing exactly what we should be because it's all written down. Maybe I'm confusing that subject a little bit, but
Oh no, but
Don't.
isn't it comforting though that you can rewrite it? Because that's
Well,
exactly what we do with the clearings, isn't it? Because
yes,
even
yes.
though that things are written doesn't mean it's written in stone. It's we can change it and we can, take our autonomy back.
Yeah, I believe we can. And if I don't believe that, what am I doing here? Because I am an absolute product of that. Letting go of the fear, and then I put manifestations. You can say I was rewriting my akashic records, I was repatterning my super subconscious, I was changing timelines, or I'm manifesting. There are four different things of going towards the same thing, of rewriting my records, or whatever you want to call it. And if you'll allow me, I will just say this, because a lot of spiritual people are trying to bring in their divine aligned heart-centered partners. And I mean, I always have to have a laugh, and we have to smile, because that's my character. So I'm just going to explain these three things, which is for me quite funny. Maybe it's not for anyone else. But anyway, I was putting in very specific things. So I was calling in, and I think in the fifth dimensional world, this is all you need to do. So I was going, I am so grateful to be with my divine aligned, loving, heart-centered spiritual partner. Now, in the fifth dimension, that's probably all you need to do. And then it will come in. But in the third dimension, I was going, okay, she is this tall, this qualified, she's, blah, 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 all of this stuff. And then in Portugal, I thought I'd met this amazing person. And I still have met an amazing person. But this is talking about rewriting the records. And we met, and it was fantastic. And I suppose anything's possible. But you know what I didn't put in my manifestation or in my rewriting of the records? Where she lived.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if she's single. I was kind of worried.
Well, very single, but living across, quite a substantial, quite far away,
Oh
where we're
dear.
talking a couple of, and
Well, yeah,
you
because
go,
in the universe, that there's
I wasn't,
yeah.
so in the third dimensional world, I'm going, I didn't say, and she lives within an hour of a car ride away. So, what a big learning lesson that is. So
Oh dear.
anyway,
I find though that the universe is not without humor.
not
If
without humor.
sometimes we don't find it very funny, but it's yeah.
And I will just say this, if you just indulge me, about rewriting the records. So because somebody had rewritten the records, and she had exactly what you just said. She was calling in the call. She said she was calling in this person and got them down to a T. So she was calling in this man. He arrived, but he was married, because she hadn't specified that he
That
would be
he was
single.
single. Oh dear. Oh, poor her.
For her, but isn't it a lesson for all of us?
It is. To be very yeah, be careful what you wish for. Isn't that what they always say?
Exactly. And if you indulge me just one more time, because I've actually just told this story to some friends, and there was one lady who, I think it was about her friend. She had the character, well, the person called Craig Daniel. No, Daniel Craig. Sorry,
Oh, Daniel
do
Craig.
you know
Okay. Yeah.
Daniel Craig? Very good looking guy. Handsome and all of that. She had a picture of, and she was manifesting him.
Oh wow.
Right.
Think big.
Think big. Guess who she ended up dating? Not him, but a man called James Bond.
Oh, really? That is so funny. I mean, like you no, you could not even I mean, if you wrote this
Come
in
on.
a book, people would be like, no, it's too obvious.
Well, I hope she doesn't mind me saying that, but you know, whoever did that, you know, you know, that's just, you know. So anyway, rewriting the records. Let's bring some humor into everything we do. It's a serious business, but we've got to have a laugh, haven't we?
Oh, we do. And the universe definitely wants us to have a laugh. That's the only way we can keep up our frequencies, especially what you were talking about without the fear. Fear is
Yeah.
such an frequency like bomb, basically. So
Yeah.
we really need to find humor in everything that we do.
Everything we do. And that's where I definitely, well, I act like a 7-year-old child most of the time. So I want to bring that joyful playfulness in to spirituality because we need that. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I think we should wrap this up because I think I've taken enough of your time, and I'm very, very, very thankful for this conversation. I feel that we could go on, and there's so many things that I would love to know and ask, but thank you so much for your time.
And thank you for inviting me on. I really, really enjoyed this. Thank you so much. We got there. This was our third attempt at it, but we got there and it was the right time. Thank you for everyone who's listening and watching, and just keep on spreading that love. And my motto is, as long as we're doing in our truth, authenticity, and our honesty, we won't go wrong. Do it
No,
from the heart.
absolutely. I think so. And, you know, rise above the fear. I think that's a really I think it was an unintended but very powerful message that you gave.
Bless you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Rise above the fear. Live in love. Yeah. Bye all.